All right, it's finally time to take care of the body, prep, and paint on the 1970 Mustang Boss 429. Now right here I'm doing a mock-up of the nose of the car. I want to see can I paint it on the body so I can add the suspension and the chassis later. All right, that's a great mock-up. I can go ahead and glue the nose of the car onto the body. I'm using liquid cement to go ahead and bond that nose to the body. I'm just trying my best to avoid having different shades of the body from the nose. And anytime you got separate pieces, you run that chance. It's happened to me quite a few times. Now I'm gluing in the rear end. Same thing, bonding it to the body. Now it's time to take care of some sanding. I'm going from 320 grit all the way up to 12,000 grit, wet sanding. And I got my map here to help me out. Now all the wet sanding might seem a little extreme, but this is a technique I got from the late great Don Yost, and it has not failed me yet. And before I get started with my wet sanding, I'm digging out some panel lines on the car. I'm just taking my time with the back of the X-Acto knife. Works for me. Now we can get to the wet sanding. I'm just gonna walk it up. Let the sandpaper do the work. Now these sandpaper squares, they come in very handy. I got them in fire scale modeler. Just the shape of them, they really help you avoid the edges. Went all the way up to 12,000 grit. That's taken care of. You can even see that shine coming back. They only went up to about 6,000 grit on the hood and the scoop. They're going to be painted a matte black. Now this is another great primer I use, Krylon Black Primer. And as I stated before, I'm going to take care of the hood using this Behr matte black. We back outside, ladies and gentlemen. Get some fresh air for that primer and that hood. Now that's the primer on the hood. Body turned out the same way. Smooth as butter. Now I'm gonna get this scoop glued on. Probably have to do a little sanding and then hit it with the matte black. All right, I'm back outside, hitting that hood with the matte black. I'm going to be painting the body in this Ford GT40 Gold by Firescale Modeler, which is a lacquer paint. I'm going to be cutting about 10% with Mr. Color leveling thinner. Now I don't have a reference picture for this paint job, but I can tell you it was inspired by Joe at the Model Building Corner. He's got an incredible 1971 Plymouth Duster that I absolutely love that he painted in a black and gold paint job. One of the best black and gold paint jobs I've ever seen. Joe is an incredible model builder over there. Make sure you subscribe to him and check out his channel. Link will be in the description box. Now I'm just doing a mist coat right here. Covered really well, really well. I'm using my tack cloth here just to help me collect any little particles of dust. Back to the second coat. That's the second coat done. I let it dry and take care of just a few imperfections in the paint. Tack cloth again. Round 3. Just taking my time. This is going to be the coat that locks in that paint job. Gotta take care of those side mirrors. Almost forgot them. Now we're ready for some clear coat. 2 parts 2K clear, 1 part activator, and 1 part Mr. Color leveling thinner. And my 2K clear is by Master Service. Get that mixed up good. And it mixes crystal clear. Here's our first coat. Just a tack coat. I'm using my 0.5 millimeter needle for this job, and my air pressure is about 20 psi. Now it's time for that second coat. Going a little heavier this time. Still not too heavy. I'm using mist coats. The camera looks like I'm closer than what I really am. Taking care of those mirrors with the clear coat as well. Then before I get to that third coat, I want to take care of the badging back here with the Mustang. And what I'm doing is I'm using my miniature playing card just to lightly brush in my Molotov pen chrome. And that's what we got. Let that dry good. Let's get back to round 3 with the clear coat. And this is actually coat number 7. This is going to be my heaviest coat. I'm trying to get that wet finish at the end. And the body's been sitting up 24 hours. in a dehydrator at about 105 degrees. Took care of everything. I do have some orange peel I want to take care of with some wet sanding. It should get it right out. Now, there are a lot of curves and sharp edges on this car, so I must avoid them at all costs. I'm going to start out with 3000 grit. I'm going to have to go lower, but we'll just see how this goes. As I expected, I had to take that wet sanding down to 2000 grit to get that orange peel out of there. And it took care of it. Now I can go back up to 3000 grit. The Mustang sign in the back is looking good. I'm making sure I avoid it. That's after 3000 grit. Now we go up to 4000 grit. You can start to see that shine starting to come through at the 4000 grit. I know all the wet sanding seems a little tedious, but it really works. Now we're up to 6000 grit. More shine. Time for 8000 grit. Right when we want it. That clear coat's coming back. And finally, 12,000 grit. I'm really happy with the sanding job. I didn't break through. That's always mission accomplished when that doesn't happen. I think the body's ready for some polish and some wax. Got the big 3 by Meguiar's. Scratch X, Ultra Cut Compound, and the high-tech yellow wax. This is after the Scratch X. This is after the compound. You can see that shine starting to come through. Now after waxing the car, here's the final on the paint job. I'm absolutely ecstatic at the way this paint job turned out. That GT40 gold goes perfect with that matte black hood.